Hello everyone, this is a YouTube video. I'm NBZ. We're going to talk over an E3 press conference because Nintendo aren't doing one, and they never have ever done one.
So we're going to do one.
So we're going to do one, and we're going to talk over it. We've done a couple of these before. It's E3 Rewind, and this was the last time that Nintendo revealed a Legend of Zelda game, I believe, at the show. This is E3 2010, and in the lead up to the new E3 reveal of the new Legend of Zelda game for Wii U, we thought we'd take a look back at this one and see how it stacked up, and give your colour commentary over the top, because that's what we do. I should introduce Bally. Bally joins me. Hi, Bally.
I'm here. I'm Bally. Good to be here.
Good stuff, Bally.
I love watching these old Nintendo E3s.
They're great.
It's
they're
so
good.
nostalgic, and like, obviously they're not really at E3 anymore, especially not in the same way.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's cool. The good old days.
Yes, good old days indeed. We're going to jump into it. So let's go then.
8, 7, 6, 5.
Bally, you really are a great countdown host. Should be like
Getting into this.
What's her name? Davina McCall.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's Nintendo.
please welcome Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Fils-Aimé.
How big's his hair looking?
Not too big actually. Expect a bigger afro from the man.
He used to have a much bigger one.
Good morning
This is like 9 AM, isn't it?
to
Yes.
all of you here in the Nokia Theater and to all of you watching online. For gamers, this is the best week of the year. You can just feel the buzz.
Love
in
it if
the
you
air.
embrace that today, Reggie.
And as usual, that buzz begins with technology. After all, E3 is the land of touchscreens and big screens, HD and 3D,
Oh, he
button
slipped in a little
control,
3D.
motion
I
control.
love how he
and
says
no controller at
HD
all.
and they don't have an HD platform at this
The
point in time.
headlines just seem to spin on technology. But this morning, let me adjust that perspective just a little bit. Because technology is only a tool.
Philosophy, Reggie.
The end product
Man,
the
these
thing
back
that
in the
does
slideshow
matter
days.
is the experience.
I mean, at this point, there's not really any
And
bar
the best
graphs or anything,
experiences
so it's not that
always
bad.
come when technology
But it's
and
like
game
this
design
preamble.
are
You just
perfectly
want
matched.
games and announcements, and all you're getting is, aren't you
here at
excited to be
E3,
here? You know,
with
like, it's
thousands
like,
of people
hit me.
battling
They are,
to
though, you
see
know.
and try
Ah.
everything at once, considering the experience is the only real way to make sense of it all. And this year, we intend to show you how Nintendo, once again, is raising the bar in terms of game experience. Let's begin with details on an experience you've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go. Right into it, I think. I think they just go straight into the first trailer. So this is how they reveal Skyward Sword properly.
There he is.
Oh, I love it. Twilight Princess Majora. This is a cool thing,
That
just
is
going
very
through all
cool.
the things, yeah.
Oh, snap.
Man, all the weapons straight away. Did yours glitch out there for a little
It did
bit?
a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello, and welcome to Nintendo's
Love me a
E3
motor.
presentation.
Love me some
Today,
blue screen.
I will introduce
See, because like
newest version
the
of
time
Zelda,
before this
made
with Twilight
exclusively
Princess,
for
he
Wii,
like burst
The Legend
through the
of Zelda
door
Skyward
afterwards.
Sword.
I think
Yeah.
he's going to try
I
to do the
think
same
this
thing
game
again
will be
here.
remembered as a key turning point in Zelda's
Do you
long
think that
history.
they'll do that on the live stream? Have Miyamoto like
At
crash
E3
through a thing with the
2004,
sword?
I stood on
It's like his
stage
tradition at
holding
E3.
Yeah,
the
he's
sword
going to do
with
something
this
with a
shield.
sword and shield. Has
Yeah.
to.
Adventures in
Yeah.
Hyrule would not be possible without this sword and
Or
shield.
maybe he won't, because the
And
new
the
Zelda
items
is all
used to
about the
solve
bow.
puzzles, and the map system used to confirm your location. In one sense, the history of the
We'll
Legend
see.
of Zelda series has been a history of refining the interface that makes using these complicated mechanics easy. For many years, I've been asking if there wasn't a way to create a Legend of Zelda
remember when
game
we saw
that would
that
give you the
replica
freedom to
Master
use your
Sword?
sword and shield
Yes.
items
In London.
freely and naturally.
Very
The
cool.
answer I've come to this time is
I would like
this.
to own one of those one day.
the Wii Remote, and Wii Motion Plus.
Motion Plus.
When we were making
It's
Swordplay
huge.
for Wii Sports Resort,
It is
I spoke
massive.
with our team
I'm
and
glad I
said,
own that gold
"This is
version.
it.
Oh,
Let's
it's
make the
so
next
good.
Zelda with this." With a sword this light, you can move it around as you like. And while in Twilight Princess, you use the nunchuck to move Link, this time you will use it to raise your shield.
I mean, you'll also use it to move Link,
In Wii
but
Motion
let's
Plus,
skirt past
used
that.
only for sword control, it also makes using items very natural. On the bottom here is the B button.
Oh, thanks,
Press this
Miyamoto. I
button
didn't
to
know where the
choose
B
your
button
item.
was.
But you know, it's kind of
Never
hard to
used a Wii
understand
remote
without
before.
seeing the game screen, isn't it? Oh, I know. Hey, Bill, are you on stage?
Yeah, right here.
Can you help me out here? So why don't you just explain the rest?
I thought that
do my
was Bill
best.
also translating
Good
him,
luck.
like talking to himself.
Thank you.
Yeah. That would have been weird.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. I'm here to show you Zelda.
He looks nervous.
So
Because he's afraid it's going
the
to
Wii
not
remote,
work.
you see, with Wii Motion Plus, the Wii remote
Oh, boy.
becomes my sword.
This is pretty infamous,
I've
this
got
whole
my
demo.
nunchuck.
Like,
Yeah.
it was
My
a train
shield.
wreck. It was just a massive disaster.
Oh, so I can swing.
I think the irony is like,
the
Skyward
angle
Sword
here.
actually works really well.
It
But
does.
this, like, whole
Hang
setup
on.
with
Ow! What's going
Bill,
on?
the
Bill,
Wi-Fi and
that's
everything.
Not right.
What?
You've got to hold the shield more like a shield,
Wait.
and the sword like this.
Ow! What?
Oh.
No.
It's so delayed.
Yeah!
Yeah.
I love how you
Slicing.
get, it's a Zelda reveal, but within the Zelda reveal, you get a Miyamoto reveal.
Absolutely. Gotta have that.
Good morning and welcome. You know what? I think I'll explain it myself.
Okay.
I think that might be a good idea.
Bill, you just take care of English. Okay?
That I can do.
So, じゃあ日本語でやります
Despite like the awkwardness of press conferences, I do like the back and forth between like Miyamoto and Bill Trennan and Reggie
Yeah.
and stuff.
剣と盾を持っているというイメージを
Just
してくださ
imagine
い
that you're holding a sword and a shield yourself.
で使うのはこのリモートの AB ボタン
And all the buttons that you're going to use are going to be the A and B button on the Wii remote and the C and Z buttons on the
あとはほと
nunchuck.
んどのアクションですね
And other than that, all the actions are going to be done using realistic motions.
でまずこうゼルダに大事なのは、
So what's important for a Zelda game is, of course,
剣ですね剣はこの右手を振れば
Do you remember what you
so
thought
if you
when
just
you
shake
watched
your right
this
hand, the sword will come
first
up.
time? Did you like the look of Skyward Sword?
You can swing at any angle.
It didn't hit me straight away personally. I mean,
だから
because it
ゼル
is
ダは
that kind of
前を
awkward
And if you press the Z
between
button,
realism and
it'll
cell
target
shaded.
in front of you.
Yeah.
さあこれで剣の
And I feel like
横に
almost the current Zelda is kind of what they were
And you can see the
trying to
sword
go for,
following my
maybe.
movements one to
You know what I
one.
mean? Like, I
Yeah.
feel like it nails
top
that
to
kind
bottom,
of
up and
realism
down.
versus cell shaded look
Let's take a look at these
a
mushrooms
bit
here.
better. I mean, obviously, it's far more like, it's a much better looking game, but
Yeah. Oh my god, this
Skyward
is going
Sword-
so badly.
こういう感じですね
It's very simple.
Yeah, so like this game really does have the idea of the impressionistic painting because the way the textures worked and everything is like the further away you were, it really looked like all these little dots of a painting that was going on, which was super cool, but
So 横向きに切ります
I don't know,
Work
it
if you cut
just
top to bottom on it. Uh-oh.
it wasn't quite the sort of
Maybe both of them
anime
better
style
described.
cartoon aesthetic that you have with the new Zelda.
次ですね
Okay, so here, I have to cut vertically.
that is a bit of this game I really liked. Is that these are like the first enemies you really face in the game,
Yes.
and they do actually require you to swipe the sword, you know, in the right direction.
Yeah.
Great.
Like you see
It's
that
really
moment,
satisfying.
he swipes down and Link swipes up. Like God, it's just not working at all.
青を
Yeah.
優先します
You can see
Oh
it
right,
charge up
God, I
power
can't.
to
I
heaven.
keep forgetting that you can do that in the game. Just hold it
And then
up
you
to
can
get
let loose
the
sword beams.
Skyward
回転
Blast.
切りは両手を振ります
You can also
I think
do
that's
an
something
attack
that's
by
only at
swinging
full
both
HP
hands
though,
together
isn't
in
it?
the same
こういう感じ
direction.
で進んでいきます
No.
I don't know, because that's what you do in the original Zelda. Is you get the sword
Yeah.
beam if you're at full HP.
Okay.
なんか出てきま
There's
した
something
ね
over here.
The thing that really
What's this?
I thought was weird about Skyward Sword was the rupees are all so fat. Like
Yeah,
they're so
they're really
chunky.
剣を見てるみたいなんですね
I don't know.
Kind of
I'm not really feeling the excitement in the room here.
Oh
You
no.
know, it's not
People are
anything like
like
Twilight
tuning
Princess.
out. Like I'm tuning out right now.
Yeah, it's all a bit,
I don't. It's something about just
we
showing this
go.
forest area. It's a very traditional, bog standard Zelda thing. It's not. One of the things I liked about Twilight Princess is they showed the Goron mines off early,
Yeah, and
and that was very
they're quite
different.
今度は盾を使います
Okay, this time I'm going to use the shield.
I mean, ultimately, isn't this kind of...
So with just the left hand, I'll give a quick shake.
If you're assuming
raise my shield.
Zelda is going to use the Wiimote as the sword, it's almost so far just done it by the numbers, and there's not really anything where you're like, oh, right, that's
Then I can knock the rocks
interesting.
back at him.
Yeah. You can see like a complete lag every time he uses the shield. Like he pushes forward and then
There
it
we go.
Yeah.
like
Oh, we've
affects.
got one more here.
よしあれもう一個
Let me try again. There we go.
Just oh,
It's like
See?
third time lucky every
大丈夫
time.
でしょこれで紐を切りますよ
You can, of course, cut the grass.
really
as
is
well as
moments
trees.
like this where you think like, hey, maybe Nintendo made the right decision. Just dump in the press conference.
Because it feels really slow.
Yeah, like,
Like,
there's
the
really bad
pace-
pacing to it. Absolutely, that's
Yeah.
one thing. You start losing people.
Local blitz here.
Even if the last
If you look at the
digital
Pokemon,
event
you'll notice
wasn't,
that
you
they're
know,
protecting
everything we'd
themselves
hoped
with
for,
their
it was
swords.
still
Block
quite,
my
the
attack.
pacing was quite
So I
good.
have to swing
It
my
was
sword
real
away to get
fast.
around their blades.
よし
I mean, even on those long Woolly World segments, it feels a bit faster than even this.
薬飲みましょう
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I think I should take a break and have a little potion here.
これで大丈夫
I do like that about the Skyward Sword is the quick bar or the quick circle for all your items.
Yeah, it's really weird.
I mean, it means that you get stuff done like fast as opposed to having to go into a menu constantly. Like it's just a shorthand really
こういう感じです
Yes.
to make it more fluid.
It took a little bit more than I expected.
That's the sort of thing I'd like to see them keep, you know, in the new Zelda.
A ボタンで説明しましょうか
Now, when you're in battle,
Yeah,
let me
I
explain,
can't see them doing
when
it,
you're in
but-
あ
battle,
るんですね
in targeting,
What about the
you use
stamina
button
meter?
to,
着で転がります
Think that stamina meter will
jump.
be carried
When you're
over?
not in battle, you can run.
Because I feel a lot of people are predicting that this new Zelda is going to be a Skyward Sword sequel in the sense of like, in Skyward Sword, you went down to the world surface, and then by the end, like all the thing has fallen down or whatever, and you're colonizing the place. And now this new game is going to be okay. So we need to map out this new world that we've discovered down below.
Just imagine that all of your items.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to
somewhere
suggest, what if it's like pre-Skyward Sword?
Put your-
Like,
your
that
hand
is the
in the
world.
But I mean,
below.
like the thing is, they keep going like, now this is the first in the timeline. Now this is the first. I think they just want to avoid that. This is the first in the timeline thing
No,
because
that's
it just keeps
true.
happening.
Bombs or
鞭とか
you can grab a
いろん
whip
な
this
アイテム
time.
に持ち帰られます
We'll explain that in a moment.
逆片付けてちょっといい
Man, how many minutes is
We'll
this?
jump down here
11
in the
minutes.
meantime
Jeez.
and go through all the items we're
Feels like this has been going way longer than.
Yeah,
チンコにしましょうか
So we'll start
it's
off
not
with the
the
slingshot.
best so
今度は
far.
ね画面を向けなくてももうこの場所から直接
Now what's
狙え
nice
る
is
ん
that
で
this
すね
time
God,
in
it's so
Skyward
you
Sword,
just
don't
can
have to
you
point
can
at
see like the
aim, you just move
zaggedness
the
of
Wii remote
the
in front of you.
But
Like
here's
motion.
the thing: is that this
Real
E3
slingshot.
it is
And
going
that
to
one
be
works
live,
with
right?
yeah.
And that's what
You
this
tap
is.
the A
It's
button.
live. So
Right,
I'm
but like
worried
it's
that
live in
it'll-
a different context. It's live like on a sofa, chill, like playing a game with it in your lap. It's not standing on a stage in a room with thousands of people
Yeah.
watching, you know.
I'm just worried that the whole point of the digital event was to avoid it
Okay.
being live, and then it just means that there
just
can't
take
be
this one out with my
mistakes.
sword.
Whereas
Yeah.
they're still going to do it live, and they're still going to be demoing a
今
new
度はね
game.
Right, but I think the unique thing about Skyward Sword is because these motion controls were a big part of
Does
it,
screw
there
up
was
the
so
whole
much
demo.
room for things to go wrong. I do like the bomb rolling. I did think that was a cool
Yeah.
feature of this game.
もう一回
It's a very unique
Let's try this
Zelda.
again.
It's cool.
Yeah.
So you,
I mean, there
tap
are
the
ways
button
in
to
which
take
it's
another
like
one out.
so
Oh,
by
I
the
see.
numbers,
Yeah,
but then
we'll
also it
take another
does so many cool, neat little
Raise
things
the Wii
that
remote to,
I liked a
throw it.
lot.
よし
Oh dear.
Oh god, I can't even throw the bomb.
投げました
There we go.
はい
That one's.
じゃあ今度はね転がしてみます
And then you can also
There we go.
drop your hand and
Like,
roll.
while you're watching this, you just see the DNA of every like Wii Sport Resort thing like
Yeah.
thrown into this game.
さあそしたら
Like the sword player is taken straight from Sports Resort, the bowling is straight from Wii Sports. Like
今度は
all even this, like the
The
bow and
bow and
arrow
arrow,
thing
yeah.
from
そして
Okay.
あれ
Resort or whatever. Like,
弓矢を構えますそして
So
今度
you,
は
What is
uh,
going on?
oh, this is like really bad. This is really cringeworthy bad. Like this whole segment, like I can't fucking believe how bad this is. Like in my mind, I remember it being a train wreck, but holy shit.
もう一回
Oh my god. Have they mentioned the Wi-Fi yet?
The Wi-Fi.
Yeah, because they say like, oh, interference or whatever.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we're getting some.
There we go. Just as I said it.
Timing. We're getting some serious interference here. Well, not the sort
Problem
of interference you
is,
can get
like,
at home.
What you do is you
people
press the B
probably
button, you choose your
don't
item.
believe them because they're like,
You
well,
hold
does
down
this
the
really
C
work?
button on the nunchuck.
Or is it
Ah,
actually
we're going.
interference?
Oh, got the whip. Right.
I like the whip. The whip's a good item that's not used enough in Zelda.
So you face
I
forward,
think it's in
hold
Phantom
back,
Hourglass or
pull
Spirit
back on the
Tracks.
C- on the C
Yeah.
button and on the nunchuck.
So it's in that and it's in Skyward Sword, but it's not really in anything else.
I mean, there's that boss in Skyward Sword with all the limbs, and you have
Oh,
to
yes.
rip off the armor with your
Oh,
whip.
that's like one of the best bosses in the
Yeah,
series.
it's
Explaining
really
one new,
cool.
one new item that we have.
This game's got really good bosses, actually.
It does,
This
yeah.
was such a good weapon.
This is
Oh,
Like,
the beetle is like my favorite thing in
Yeah.
Skyward
Just tilt
Sword.
the Wii
It
remote to
really-
control it.
I mean, it's like a little mini game within a weapon. It's just
The scenery in the game
fantastic.
this time is very beautiful.
But like, it's so multi-purpose. That was my favorite
Yeah.
thing about it. Like, you can use it to collect rupees from places. You can use it to grab
Hit
things. You can use
switches,
it to
grab
collect and
things,
drop bombs. Hit
chop stuff.
switches.
Yeah.
Like knock into enemies to stun them. Like so multi-purpose.
He's trying to pick up that bomb.
Yeah. Trying to be cool with it.
There we go.
It's
We'll
not
try this one more
working
time.
out. Oh boy. God, Miyamoto must hate this hot. Like, it's just trying to show off his cool new things.
They
And
just skip it.
yeah, they skip it. They can't do it.
Trying to show off dropping the one more time. Oh, no.
So we'll give up on the beetle and change over to the whip.
I wonder how long this whole demo goes for. I imagine like it's 15 minutes tops. We're at 15 minutes in the video, but like we had like 3-4 minutes of Reggie intro.
And with the whip,
But there's
can-
no
it changes its
trailer.
movement
It was
depending on how
literally
you
just.
Well, I mean, I guess you could,
montage thing.
you could count that as maybe a trailer, but it was more like here's a little CG intro, and then let's cut to
Yeah.
like just some footage of the opening area.
we'll use the whip to.
I'm really worried we're not going to get a nice trailer this E3, are we?
That's the thing. Like, do they open with just Reggie standing there and saying hello, welcome, or do they open with a trailer and then go into Reggie standing there saying hello? And I would
Hopefully
really
the
prefer
latter,
the
yeah.
trailer. I would so prefer the
Very
trailer.
easy to switch quickly between items.
But then, I mean, with the trailer, you get the risk of like spoilers for like loads of areas later in the game and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel kind of
They're pretty pesky, but with a quick flick of the
two
whip,
ways about it.
You can take them all down at once.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's all Nintendo's going to give me this E3. I have to watch it almost.
Exactly.
You know? Like,
Yeah.
if this was like NX reveal and all that, I might be like, alright, I'll avoid Zelda then.
Yes.
I'll avoid it. And
It's like no way to avoid Zelda at this point.
That the
No
new
way.
item
It's just-
system is very streamlined and feels great.
we're so close to E3 as well. We just,
I know.
So I hope you'll all give it a try on the show floor because it is here, and hopefully get a taste of what it feels like to adventure in Hyrule yourselves. It's like you've gone there
like
and,
the
and done all the things
fastest
that you've done
Zelda
yourself.
Yeah, man, like going back to it now, holy shit. No wonder people didn't care about Skyward Sword when it came out because
So we've been
this
working
is
very
like
hard on
the
the development
antithesis
of
of
the
Twilight
game.
Princess.
Well, it
Oh
looks
my
like it's gonna take
lord.
through the
I mean,
end of
especially
this
if you
year.
compare it to the maybe like the Link Between Worlds reveal, which was within that early year direct.
Yeah.
Thank you very
And it
much.
was so punchy, really great trailer.
But yeah, you don't have a crowd to react to that. It was more
That
like,
was
what's the
long.
Twitter reaction? Oh, I think maybe we get the full trailer here.
Okay.
And just glitch up a
Yep.
bit more. I don't think we even have the Ballad of the Goddess in here. I don't think that music is present. Oh, here we go. There we go. Now we're getting later bosses and stuff. I love this Scorpion. He's a fun boss to fight.
Yeah.
A lot of great like level design in this game.
Yeah.
But-
Very small worlds that kind of wrapped back in on themselves a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that whole like arrow through the heart thing, I
Yeah.
completely forgot. It's so weird. Whip it. Yeah, so not actually that much of a. It's just like footage of combat, really.
And then he like does a skydive and you think, oh, what's that about?
Yeah, I guess teasing for the Loft Wings later. All right, well, there's a Zelda game, I guess.
Just like, did you like that?
The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword with Wii Motion Plus is just the top line of our E3 story today. There's a lot more to come.
Hope so.
Our goal is to provide
Not this year.
new experiences for everyone. For the moment, let's deal with what Mr. Miyamoto has said is the highest goal of game design. Entertainment that can cross culture and age and gender. Today, we want to first introduce you to titles that are squarely based on this goal of universal appeal. Let's start with the wide world of sports, where developers can choose between ultra-realism or over-the-top arcade fun. In the first case, the moves are real, the characters look real, and there are real-life stars on the packaging. We all know the names. Great franchises like Madden, NFL,
Oh yeah, when
and
EA
Pro
used to make
Evolution
games for
Soccer.
Nintendo.
And MLB 2K. On the other hand, some prefer the arcade style that began with NBA Jam.
Okay.
Yeah.
NBA Jam on
And
Wii.
in fact, you'll see a new exclusive version for Wii on the show floor. But over the years, one humble hero has taken us along to the hardwood and the clay court, to the fairway, the diamond, and the pitch.
Is this
And
Mario
this
Sport
year,
Mix or whatever?
Mario the sportsman stays true to his
Yeah.
roots, but swings back into
The point at which
in
they'd
some
already done all
venues
like the
where
main
even
Mario Sports
he's
games. They're like,
never
let's do
competed
some
before.
weird
Isn't it
small
Mario
ones.
in NBA maybe?
No,
No,
it's Mario Sports Mix. It's like volleyball and basketball and a bunch of shit in one package. We never played this or got this at all. This is really like late era Wii, so
Oh yeah.
this is the sort of game that you, I imagine, would be interested in, like if it was £5 at a Kex or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like a crazy Mario Sports Collection thing. So dodgeball, I guess?
Yeah, there was dodgeball,
Dodgeball, volleyball, and
basketball,
and hockey, ice hockey. Yeah, there's basketball. Okay. I feel like there was a DS Mario
basketball.
3-on-3 hoops, was it?
I can't remember what it was called.
Yeah. There's a lot of like weird Mario Sports games that came out that I don't know. They all passed me by. There we go. Sports Mix. You always like, weren't there like elements of Mario Party games that had
Mario
Yes,
Sports
Mario
Mix
Party
is
5
pure
had
fun.
fantastic volleyball
And you'll be in
and
the
ice
action
hockey
with
game.
Mario
Right,
next
yeah.
Played
year.
a lot at uni. It was really good fun.
You don't have to be a game expert to understand its potential popularity. But even among the experts, sometimes the common wisdom isn't so wise. Let me give you a few examples. Last year, you heard people predict that Wii momentum was starting to wane.
it will soon,
Then,
buddy. Don't worry about
guess
it.
what? Last December in America, we set the all-time record for sales of any video game system of any kind in a single
Yeah, no
month.
bars and charts. We've still got to jerk ourselves off a little bit.
Others claim that all those casual Wii owners don't buy
I mean,
games.
they don't.
But somehow, more games have sold for Wii in the 43 months since launch than any other platform ever over the same
And
launch
50%
period.
of them were carnival games.
Then, there's a recent NPD study showing that Wii owners actually play their systems more often than other owners. And at the same time, according to the research firm Ipsos, nearly as many people intend to buy a Wii in the next 6 months as the other two home platforms combined.
See, Reggie's not mentioning them by name anymore. We kind of moved through that era now.
Underlying all those false assumptions
But
about
now
Wii
you just wouldn't get
is a
any of this
mistaken
chat.
belief
No, none of
Like,
it.
that
it's not-
many new
like,
Wii
they
owners
wouldn't even
just
acknowledge their
play
existence.
Wii Sports or Wii Fit for a while and then lose interest. But that simply isn't the case. The reason is the popularity of intermediate or bridge games that usher new players toward the world of gaming.
Gateway games.
Yeah.
Mario Kart does
Hell
that.
yeah, it
Your
does
favorite
that,
game.
New Super Mario Brothers Wii does that.
Duh.
Mario Kart has sold more than 22 million copies, and new Super Mario Brothers Wii more than 14 million copies around the world. And now, we'd like to show you our next bridge title that moves consumers along their gaming journey.
2010, what bridge title are they releasing?
It begins with the more than 177 million Mii characters created around the world.
Another Wii game?
And every
Wii
one of them
Party?
is invited to play. Let me introduce you to Wii
Oh shit,
Party.
I was right. Nailed it.
Wii
Oh
Party,
god.
an all-new party game for Wii,
It's like Mario
That
Party,
puts
but
you in the
without
middle of
any
the
of the charisma.
and redefines multiplayer fun for everyone.
What is this horrible robotic voice speaking to us?
With 13 different party game modes,
Is it a robot? I don't know. I think it's just a woman who's
including board game
very
Island,
PR-y. I don't know.
Like, robotically PR-y.
Yeah.
Balance Boat,
Oh my god.
and all-new house party games that put the party in your living room,
Yeah.
where you'll interact with family and friends. To interact
Thing
with
is,
the
like,
game,
if this had come out near Wii's launch, we would have been all over it.
13 party games,
Yeah.
over 70 different
70.
mini-games, and all the Miis you care to
Oh.
invite.
Crazy.
Wii Party. coming
All
this
pink
fall.
branded. Very much leaning into the gendered
Wii Party
market of
is yet
aiming
another
towards females, I
Nintendo
guess.
game that will drive
This game probably
social
sold like
interaction
15 million
and
or
economic
something.
Yeah, it probably sold an absurd number.
Last year, that was proved by the breakthrough dance hit Just Dance.
Right, Just Dance. Such a huge hit on
This
Wii,
year,
jeez. Like,
It's time to get up
I still
and
think
get down
they're
again,
still making
only
Just
on
Dance
Wii.
for Wii. I think they still released a Wii version of Just Dance last year, which is just staggeringly
I
crazy.
forgot it was Ubisoft.
Oh, something's gone wrong with the technicals. No audio coming through.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you know what? It must have been maybe the person who made this YouTube version of this
Yes.
took the audio out because it's all licensed music.
Yeah, licensed music.
That might be what it is. No, or the audio was just late. Okay. Okay, this is weird.
Weird.
This is very strange. Have you played Just Dance before, ever?
No. Have you?
I played it, yeah, my
Really?
cousin had it on Wii, yeah.
Oh, wow. Is it good?
It's terrible. It's just like
Does it work?
no, because you're just holding a Wii remote. Like it doesn't really matter what you do. That's the
Really?
thing. Not really. I mean, like with your feet, how is the Wii remote supposed to detect that? You know?
Yeah, it's almost like just a traditional dance mat would be better.
Yeah. Wait, was that exclusive on Wii? Just Dance 2 is Wii only?
When we delivered our E3 news
That's
last
pretty
year,
good, I guess.
a lot of you got jazzed in a different way, hearing about a more intense
Intense.
title, a new Golden
Oh,
Sun for
there
Nintendo
we go.
DS.
This is where it starts to get good. This is like the beginning of the good stuff of this
It's
year.
now subtitled Dark Dawn. You haven't heard or seen a lot since then, so let's fix that
I
right
gotta
now.
I gotta get to this at some point. I have played about 10 hours of this at some point, and then I decided I should play all of them, yeah.
Looks horrendous.
It actually looks really nice in
Well,
motion.
it looks good there, but that cutscene just looked...
Yeah. I do like the chunkiness of the sprites and everything. Well, not sprites, but the models. It's a very nice looking DS game. Obviously, it doesn't hold up to what 3DS does, but it's very cool. The thing that's really cool about Golden Sun and why I think you'll like it is an RPG that adds like Zelda-style puzzle elements to the overworld.
That's a good idea.
And yeah, it's got some really cool stuff it does. It's the thing where like you use spells in battle, but spells also have a use in the overworld.
Is the Game Boy Advance one better than this one?
I think most people agree it is, yeah.
Okay. There's one on Game Boy Advance.
There's 2 on Game Boy
Two on
Advance.
Game Boy Advance.
Man, hella glitching.
One on DS.
Yes, this is the only one on DS. And I don't know, I think Camelot should probably get on doing another one of these. I think it would be really good for 3DS.
They're too busy with Mario Tennis.
Oh god, they've done all their Mario Tennis now, it's all finished.
Well, they're working on one for NX, aren't they?
Oh, fuck off, no. Please, no. Golden Sun would be a good shout for an NX title.
Golden Sun Dark Dawn for Nintendo DS arrives this holiday season. And while Golden Sun brings back a lot of golden memories for its legions of fans,
punnin'.
to millions of other gamers, Golden has an entirely different meaning.
It's all about the coins. New Super Mario Bros. 2.
Oh, God.
Who here would say that it's one of the greatest shooters of
GoldenEye,
all time?
right. GoldenEye Wii.
Yeah. Set the standards for all video games in the future.
It was the first game that I could play multiplayer for 4 hours straight.
This is actually a game.
For me,
that
it was
I've
the
gone
original.
back to.
Like, if you hooked it up now, I'd be down to play.
Let's say that after 13 years of gaming innovation, a new GoldenEye game is coming up.
Oh my god!
Oh my!
This is actually a really fun game.
I was meaning the N64 one was horrible.
Right, yes, yeah, obviously, yes. This game is actually really great. I got this on the recommendation of one Dr. Jonathan Metz. It's one of the, because I started listening to RFN around the September of this year, and this game came out around that time. So it was one of the first RFN recommendations that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this.
Did you beat the campaign?
No, I haven't. I still haven't. I've tried to go back to it, and I don't know, maybe I need to start back again from the beginning, but I was finding it really difficult for some reason. But yeah, I do need to go back and finish this at some point, because it's fun. I don't know, it kind of Call of Duty-izes the gameplay somewhat, but it's one of the better James Bond games that has been made, I think.
I remember it, you remember it. But there are people watching today who aren't old enough to understand.
Funny thing
the
is,
impact
when GoldenEye
that
64 was out,
when it
Reggie was
first
probably
hit
the
market.
one making all the pizza decisions for all the kids playing GoldenEye, eating
Get
pizza
ready
at the same
for a
time.
landmark gaming experience. On the other hand, if you do remember those multiplayer nights, there's only one thing I need to say. Activision's new GoldenEye, exclusive to Wii, arrives in stores this holiday.
Some good titles there, Golden Sun and GoldenEye.
There's an entirely different kind of hero whose global reach has spanned 8 decades.
8 decades? What?
A mouse.
Oh,
named
okay.
Mickey. Our parents grew up with him. We grew up with him. Our kids and grandkids will grow up with Mickey Mouse.
And Disney will
And
never
now,
let go of their
this
copyright
universally
over Mickey Mouse
recognized
ever.
and beloved character,
Despite the
embarks
fact
on
that
a
they
new
are
chapter
infringing
to
on the
add to his
rules of
legacy.
copyright.
In a game exclusive
Who's
to Wii.
infringing on the rules of copyright?
Well, the
It's
idea
called
that,
Disney
however
Epic
many years
Mickey,
after the creator
and it
dies,
sets a new
it has to be
tone
released into the
and a
public
new
domain.
direction.
Oh, but they'll have done some legal loophole.
Exactly,
with
of
the
course they're
Ladies
making a
and
legal
gentlemen,
loophole because
to
they're a
give you
fucking
all the
corporation that
details,
wants to
please
have
welcome
Mickey Mouse
Warren
for life.
Spector, General Manager and Creative Director, Junction Point, and Adam Creighton, one of the producers of Disney, Epic Disney.
Epic Disney. Well done,
Disney.
Reggie. He realizes it. You see on his face, he realizes the fuck up Disney, Epic Disney. And then,
Thanks, Reggie.
dear.
And hello to all of you. Adam and I are here to give you a first look at Disney Epic Mickey, Junction Point and Disney
Warren
Interactive
Spector.
Studios' upcoming Wii exclusive title for this holiday season. The
He
game
was
is set in a world honoring 80
on the
years of
team
Disney
for the original
creativity,
Deus Ex, is what I've
populated
been
by forgotten
hearing.
been
Because people were talking
interviewed
about
by
Deus Ex recently.
RFN a few
movie
times.
locations, theme
Yes.
park attractions from Disney's past.
He was like a very
Welcome to
well-regarded
Wasteland.
game developer.
It's a world both familiar.
But Epic Mickey, I don't think did that
The
well.
world
I don't know.
is
Apparently,
very
the first
memorable, we hope,
Epic Mickey
as the
is
real
decent.
Disneylands of
It's a
stories
decent Wii game.
inspired it.
It's one of those Wii games that,
Land
like,
Adam's exploring
again,
today
if it was
is
£5
called
in a kex, I would go for it
It's what we call a quest.
because I'm curious about
With
it.
all
where you
this
talk to
Disney news, like,
characters,
I just
learn
want to
about
play a really
quests,
good,
buy
solid
tools and
Disney
supplies.
game. Like,
Here, for example,
what
Adam's
is the
talking to
best
Wasteland's
Disney game of
version
all time?
Smee, learning what Mickey has to do to continue to make progress through the game, and also about an optional quest that he can do or not do
I like this
later
art
in the
style.
game. In Ventureland,
Yeah, I don't think
in
this
addition to
panned out
Smee,
in the
you may
final
recognize some other
version.
characters from the film
I mean,
Peter Pan,
yeah,
but
it's like
a
3D
little
and stuff.
changed. And some theme park locations, also a little different than you may remember, including the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse and the Tiki Room. Some of the
Man,
Disney
the
inspirations
Tiki
can be
Room
hard
is
to
like-
spot. I mean, Wasteland is really
It's
full of
such like
forgotten
a
stuff.
thing
But
Disney
identifying
themselves
it all as
love
part of the
about
fun.
their main theme park,
One
but
thing
no
is
one
for
really
sure,
knows
though.
what it's about. It's
No
really
one will have
what
any
I
trouble
don't know what that is. What
identifying
is
our
the Tiki
hero,
Room?
Mickey Mouse.
So it's so important in
For
Disney
decades, he's
like
been one of
theme
the
park
biggest movie
lore
stars
because
in
it
the
was the
world.
first
Television
animatronic
celebrity. Constant
like
presence in
animal.
theme parks, friends
Oh,
The whole
okay.
point is that Walt Disney wanted
for
the
all
birds
the
to have
success he's
breathing
achieved,
chests,
it's always felt
so
to
they
Oh
me
my
put,
God.
like in
that he hasn't quite become
pneumatics
the
in the
video game
chest.
hero he deserves
Huh.
to be.
So the animatronics are
My
like
team and I have
look
our
like
way.
living birds.
That is about
It's
Crazy.
basically a room. It's a room full of lots of
To take Mickey
birds
to new
that sing
heights of video
songs
game
and things,
success.
but they
Hmm.
look
We knew we couldn't just
at
look
the
back
time
at
they looked
Disney's
incredibly
history or Mickey's
lifelike. Now
past
they're just
triumphs.
like
We had to allow Mickey
robotic
to do
birds.
things no other game
Yeah,
character could
exactly.
do.
We're
and
also
offer
used to
players something they've
animatronics at
never
this
seen
point.
before. Our key innovation
I do like this
lies in our
idea
core
of the
game
mechanic
mechanic,
of like,
drawing and
yeah,
erasing, using Mickey's new ability to
Splatoon.
control the
Splatoon
essence
basically.
of his cartoon being.
Not quite, but
Paint and paint thinner. Using paint and thinner, the way Adam is here, players can erase characters, objects, walls, plants, even the ground. Or they can restore everything to beautiful painted glory. In other words, players can dynamically change the game world to save it.
right.
But how each player decides to change the world makes a difference.
a
Or,
difference.
as I like to put it, play style matters.
Okay.
How you change your world, how you interact with other
I
characters.
don't think it actually
That
matters,
changes how the
Bally.
world
I
looks,
don't
of
know what's
course,
going on.
But also how characters
They're
treat
just like
what they tell you,
erasing
what they
things
don't
and
tell you,
putting them back together.
how
I
each
don't know.
character's story ends.
They're not really doing
Do you
anything. They're
solve
just wandering
problems
around a
by
hub
using the power
world.
of thinner to erase and remove obstacles? Or do you solve problems with the power of paint, the creative power? Do you use paint or cleverness to turn enemies into friends, or do you simply defeat them?
What's he on about?
Do you take time and use precious resources to solve everyone's individual problems?
You
Or do
used
focus
to have a
exclusively on
kick-ass
saving Wasteland
Mickey Mouse
from
game
the
on
enemies that would
PlayStation 1.
destroy it?
Oh yeah, the 2D
These are just
platformer.
a
Yeah.
few of the
2D
options
platformer. That
I
was
can't
a
remember what
good
it's
game.
called.
Each
Yeah, it
with
is
its own
pretty good
rewards
actually.
and its own
It was
cost.
hard,
It
but
was
it
very
was
At the end
good.
of the day,
It's one of those
we want
things where
each
like
player to
I
feel
don't
like he or she
think
has
I
crafted a
had
unique
enough space on my
experience
save
based
card,
on the
on my
choices
memory
made
card, sorry.
and the consequences
So
of those choices.
whenever I got far, I couldn't
I
really
believe the
save,
play
or it was
style
like
matters
the save
concept
system was
is
really
the
bad in
hallmark
that
of
game.
modern game design. And the combination of Mickey Mouse and Nintendo means we can take that idea to a larger audience than
Man,
ever
if
before.
Nintendo got a hold of like
Now that
some
you've had
Disney
a taste of the quest
franchises, they
zone,
could do some
let's check out
great
another
work
kind of
with.
map.
Did you
Some
see
games.
There are
kind
three
of funny
location
talk
types
about
in Disney
Nintendo
Epic Mickey.
films?
A game that combines the
Yeah,
best of
well, I
adventure,
listened to it today.
platform, and
So,
role-playing games.
Colin
There are
is
places
basically
called action
saying
zones,
like
where you'll engage in
Pixar should
missions
do a
that can
deal
affect the way your
with
story
Nintendo,
unfolds,
Yeah.
and change the lives of the characters you
and
interact with.
like they just need to
You'll
really
have to
go
visit
for
the
it.
Disney Interactive
And, like,
Studios
that's what's
booth
really
or the
interesting in
Nintendo
the next
booth
few years,
to
with
learn more
obviously with
about those,
Disney
about
like
Mickey's,
pulling out of video games a
missions.
bit. Like,
There's plenty more
how
to
are
see than
Disney
we're
going to
showing
do
you.
in video games, and
For
how are
now,
Nintendo
let's
going
watch
to
as
do in
Adam jumps
film?
into a movie
Right,
theater
exactly.
to enter
Why
our
don't they just
third
get
location
together
type.
and help each other out a bit more? 'Cause they've
Exactly.
just got so much great IP.
Yeah, they
and
should just do a crossover
about
they
thing
aim
where
at
it's
lots
like,
of similar
travel
markets,
zone.
and
And it
one
takes
is much
Mickey from
better
one
at the
part of
other
the
than the
wasteland
other
to
is, and
another.
vice versa.
yes,
These are
exactly.
side-scrolling adventures.
Yeah, they should totally do a deal where
directly
Nintendo make
inspired
Disney
by
games
beloved
and Disney
Disney
make Nintendo
cartoons
films.
and the classic console
Yeah,
platform
and, like,
games we
get
all know and love.
Star Wars and
Here's
Marvel
one
and
inspired by Steamboat
Pixar
Willie,
on board
the
to
cartoon
help.
that introduced Mickey to the world. There are many more
Problem is,
cartoons
it's
that appear in
Studio
the actual
Ghibli.
game.
Yes,
Disney bought Studio
In
Ghibli.
closing,
it's true.
let me just say how excited excited I am that Disney has allowed me to create a game featuring Mickey Mouse. It's the company's crown jewel. Not many
Better
people
not fuck
get
it
the
up, Warren.
opportunity to work
Oh
with
wait,
a
too
star of
late.
this magnitude, to be a part of an 80-year history of joy and laughter. With
I mean,
Disney
I don't
Epic
think
Mickey,
Epic
we
Mickey
honor
was
Disney's
bad.
rich
I think
creative
Epic Mickey
heritage, to be
2 was
sure.
a train wreck. People
But
were like
to be
really
true to
negative on that
heritage,
game.
we had
This
to honor
platforming
another
looks
aspect of
horrendous.
Disney's
Look at
Yeah,
like,
it's
not
not
a
good.
double jump.
I think it's
like
because their
It's
engine is a
kind of fun to
3D
do
engine
the
and they're trying to do
impossible.
2D stuff in it.
Innovation has been part of Disney's culture and Nintendo's from the
it's like
start.
sliding off that cat.
To
Oh,
take making
no,
the top of the
yeah.
video
screwed
game
it
world,
up. Oh,
we had to
go
find
back,
a balance of
Not good
heritage
mechanics,
and
yeah.
innovation.
Yeah, this
worthy
man's
of
fucking
Disney
up almost
and
as bad as
Nintendo.
Skyward Sword.
I think we've done a pretty darn good job. But I invite
do
you to see
appreciate
it
this
for yourself
Steamboat
on the show floor.
Willy level.
Yeah, that's
There are
the first
team
level of
members
the Mickey
waiting
game that
there
I
to-
have
to
on
show you more
PS1.
of the game.
Ah, cool.
So show up, see how playstyle matters, experience paint and thinner for the very
This
first
guy in his
time
fucking
with our
Wii
hero,
remote, he looks so awkward.
He
like,
looks like
playing
he's
the game.
designed.
Disney and
He's
Nintendo, who made Disney Epic Mickey policy
like if there was a
possible,
machine to
and, enjoy
create
the show.
someone to
Thanks
play
very
a game at a press conference.
Yeah.
Like the beige trousers, shirt
Yeah.
tucked in. Like,
Yep.
it's like, I'm ready for a press conference.
Waist a little too high.
Thank you, Warren and Adam.
That's a real American businessman
And by the
look
way,
to have like your
If
your
you
belt
want more
buckled that
insight
high.
on the
Yeah.
thinking
The
behind
James Pringle, we like to
Disney
call it.
Epic Mickey, you can find an exclusive interview with Warren conducted by our global president, Mr. Satoru Iwata, at e3.nintendo.com.
Wonder what's at e3.nintendo.com today.
Of course, keeping popular franchises fresh calls for a lot of imagination inside
Here
Nintendo
we
as
go.
well. In 1992, Mr. Iwata worked with a young developer named Masahiro Sakurai.
Sakuraya.
Since that time, Mr. Sakurai has become famous in the gaming world for creating such
Patrolling the
diverse
world.
franchises as
Yep.
Smash Brothers and Kirby.
One's better than the other.
It would be hard to conjure up anything more soft and
Put them on an
cuddly
equal platform.
than Kirby.
Yeah.
And yet somehow, he's managed to work his way into the hearts of a lot of hardened gamers.
No, you're
They
not,
know
Reggie.
Kirby's got
That's
game.
me,
saw you-
Reggie. I'm
We
hardened.
saw you play
And he
Smash
hasn't had a
Brothers.
starring role in a Nintendo
I think he's
home
more trying to
console
say,
in
I'm Reggie,
7
I'm
years.
hard, more than like
So we
I'm good at
decided it was
games.
time for
I
a
don't know what
return
he's trying to
engagement.
say, but
No.
it's false.
It's not working. Any
But
familiar
questions were
faces? I don't know, I
raised.
couldn't recognize
Should a
anyone
new
there.
game
Trying to
be
recognize
cut
any
from the
press
same
people in
cloth,
the
stitched
audience.
together from previous work? Should Kirby stick to his knitting?
Hey.
Or spin a yarn in a
You
way
see
that
you
yarn
see
has
Colin
never
Moriarty
been spun
at the
before?
back slitting his wrists.
My friends, the answers
I don't think he
are
ever
right
went to
here.
Nintendo press conferences for IGN. Man, what a, like, I think this game won a lot of best
want to
looking
play
game
this
of
game at
E3
some point.
awards. It's incredibly charming.
It's on the eShop.
I think it is, yeah. I think, yeah, one of the reasons why Woolly World didn't hit as hard was Kirby had kind of gotten to people first.
This just
and
looks a
thus-
bit more interesting than Willy World,
I
arguably.
don't know. I think this game was very much decried for it being a baby, very easy, never die game. But, you know,
But
still
I'd
fun
play it
and
not-
charming.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care.
Exactly. This game could look fucking amazing in HD, just like Woolly World does. Co-op stuff as well. Oh, I love that fabric effect when
Yeah.
you're behind the thing. Oh my god. Very, very cool.
Put this out there. I prefer this art style to Willy World.
It's definitely more minimalist in the sense
Yes.
that there's not as much going on, but it does strike a very pleasing aesthetic. Woolly World definitely much more detailed, but yeah, I guess I see what you're saying.
Even with its new art style, the most
I
obvious
kind of
difference
think
about
I saw
Kirby's
Kimishima
epic
in the
yarn
crowd there,
is not the way it looks,
but that
but the way
he
it
wouldn't be at
works.
E3, so
Right in the booth.
I feel like I'm
felt
being a
the
bit
difference,
racist
and I
now.
think you will too. Kirby's epic yarn is slated for release this fall.
Good lineup they got going. Golden Sun, GoldenEye, Epic Yarn.
Less than a year
Better
ago,
than this year, eh?
Dragon Quest IX from Square
Yeah.
Enix
Anything's
debuted in
better than this
Japan
year.
exclusively on Nintendo DS. It's become a phenomenon.
Really good game.
Selling 4.2 million copies.
So good. Dragon Quest IX is
this
awesome.
This epic adventure, with you helping to decide its path, can make claims to being among the deepest and richest experiences ever launched on Nintendo DS. You could describe it just by the numbers. With 120 mini-quests and additional Wi-Fi mini-quests, over 300
It seems
monsters,
like really weird things
over
to pick out.
900 items to customize your character,
Wi-Fi mini quests,
and an infinite number of randomly generated treasure maps. But that would be selling it short. What fueled the craze in Japan is the interaction between players. It practically begs for multiplayer action.
It's one of the genesis to
Dragon Quest IX
StreetPass.
links
It
you
was
up with
Nintendogs
as many
and Dragon
as 3
Quest.
friends to quest together. And the social element
Because they
doesn't
did that in
end
some DS
when you
games
shut
where
your
you
DS.
could like close the lid, but you had to be in a specific
tag mode,
thing.
The game will
See here,
independently seek
tag
out
mode.
other nearby players, quietly adding new characters and new maps to your
So yeah, they
adventure.
really were toying with StreetPass stuff
And
in
when I
this
say
era.
deep, let me add this. Chico, maybe the top Dragon Quest fan in our treehouse, has now logged more than 140 game hours. And she feels like she's just getting started. Gamers new to the franchise can get involved at their own pace. But watch out, you'll get sucked in too.
Okay.
Dragon Quest IX, exclusive to Nintendo DS, arrives here in the US in just 26 days.
Oh man. Big summer release, hey?
And then,
Back
on
when
the
Nintendo
last
did
day of
summer
August,
releases.
passionate players on Wii will experience a signature moment with an old friend.
An old friend?
Oh shit, yeah, man.
Boy.
God, this trailer was so fucking good. The music. God, look how fucking cool this
It looks good,
Like,
yeah.
it looks fucking awesome. Such a shame. What a crying shame. Look, oh my god, it look like you imagine watching this trailer and you're like, how can this not be the best game ever?
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man.
Oh.
What a
I'm
damn
so
tragedy.
excited to see like what Metroid could be on NX.
Oh boy. Wall jumps for days.
Yeah.
It's still a really good looking game though. One of the best looking Wii games for sure.
Really?
Oh yeah, I think it looks really good.
I think Galaxy is head and shoulders above.
Yeah, I mean Galaxy is just, you know, it's another level, but in terms of other stuff, like Other M is a great looking game. People are fucking stoked.
In Metroid Other M, what hasn't been lost is a sense of isolation and exploration that has always been
you lost it.
the hallmark of the
No,
franchise.
I mean, neither of those things are big parts of Other M,
Nintendo
actually,
and
Reggie.
Team Ninja have also pushed the Metroid franchise
D-pad,
down emotional
3D
corridors
space.
it's never traveled before.
Yeah.
Samus returns when Metroid Other M for Wii arrives in stores on
This is
August
the last
31st.
time Samus was in a new video game that wasn't Smash Brothers.
It's the last Metroid game.
Yeah.
As you know, Retro Studios in Texas
fine, we've got
has produced some great Metroid titles.
Federation Force coming.
But when they said they were ready for
Is that
something
coming out
new,
this year?
we asked them to take one of the most treasured franchises in video game history and to make it magic again. If you listen, you can hear it coming.
Yeah, I can hear it coming. DK. This is pretty big E3, like announcing Epic Yarn and this.
Now we've both played the 3DS version of this.
We have, yeah.
It's a great game.
I remember at the time, like, when after the C3 happened, talking to you and saying like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get one of these games and you're gonna get the other with Kirby and Donkey Kong, you know?
Oh right, yeah.
And we never ended up doing that. Neither of us got them at the time, but we've played this at the very least. But yeah, no, pretty good lineup, don't you think? Like after all that Skyward Sword nonsense, like we got Golden Sun, we got this, we got Kirby, we got GoldenEye, Other M trailer, which at the time was so cool.
Yeah.
Other M had already been announced the year before, but still.
No one knew of its flaws yet.
No.
I mean, this is like the first reveal of Donkey Kong Country.
Right, like it's been so long since the last one.
The land games on Game Boy, I want to say, or at
I
least
mean, they remade the Super Nintendo ones.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I mean, there was Jungle Beat.
Right.
That was quite different, I guess.
We're going back to the jungle this holiday.
Yeah. This holiday. They're all this holiday as well.
With the names we've
Apart from, I
talked about
believe
today,
Donkey Kong got delayed into
Donkey
the next
Kong
year.
and GoldenEye.
No, that's a surprise.
Kirby and Metroid. You might find your game memories sliding into the past.
Yeah, it's a good lineup.
But we're going to close today by throwing you in the other direction, far into the future of gaming.
Oh boy.
It was Super Mario 64 that first moved us into fully rendered game worlds. It was the Wii Remote that got us up off the couch and into a new world of game control.
This is going.
I know exactly where it's going.
As I mentioned at the outset, we're not just raising the bar, but we're making that bar extend far into the distance.
Of course.
3D play on Nintendo 3DS is on the way.
Yeah, you clap for that. Yeah, you clap. Yeah, Reggie gonna stay silent. You clap.
At CES this year, we started hearing a lot about 3D in your living room. And of course, an initial investment there is going to run into the thousands. And then there's the fact that there's nothing to watch yet or play on
this is quite good. This is quite a good selling point.
Yeah.
But maybe, most of all, it's the glasses. You know, man, those glasses.
Man, those glasses.
And make no mistake, that kind of fashion-forward statement doesn't come cheap. Don't be surprised.
I love just
to pay
Reggie's
a hefty
digs. They're
amount
so good.
of money for those glasses, and that's for every
When
person
Reggie has
in the
sass,
room.
he got some sass.
Nobody said it was going to be easy. Well, no one but Nintendo. In fact, we think there's a better way. A solution that lets you take 3D along with you wherever you go. With ample game content available the first day on the market.
Yeah, it is actually.
He's got
Maybe,
his
best of
mannerisms
all,
as well.
No glasses.
They've been trained by the same guy. What is going on?
You know, Euclid discovers 3D.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, all right. I wonder if they'll put the Virtual Boy in this lineup.
Yeah, no. I highly doubt that. They want to brush that as far under the carpet as possible.
Oh, they missed it. Oh, yeah, okay.
But, I mean, you remember one of the big selling points of 3DS was, oh my god, you can watch Avatar on it. Did that ever happen? I don't think it did.
Avatar.
Yeah. I mean, 2009 was the year of Avatar. This is 2010. Like, this is fresh. This is fresh stuff. Hey, look, she has no glasses, guys. Look at that. She can see without them. Hey.
Rock music.
Yeah.
Oh.
Big man himself.
There it is.
I love it. Just on this pedestal rising from the ground.
Man, that original design is so ugly.
Yeah. I mean, it's not terrible. There he is.
Everyone,
This is Nintendo 3D.
I love like the staccato way he says it.
So slowly.
Yeah.
I can't wait for you to try this. As you can see, it has 2 screens, and the upper screen has 3.5-inch widescreen display. And yes, it will show you full 3D graphics without a need for special glasses. As you know, Nintendo produced first 3D video game.
I love his like walk along.
And since then, 3D has been a constant consideration in our hardware planning. What we searched for was a way to make 3D games a reality.
A virtual reality?
For mass market. And Nintendo 3DS is our answer.
Mass market.
Let me introduce you. Here on this part, we have installed a 3D depth slider to adjust.
You think
the
about it,
3DS.
like them trying to sell the 3DS is
can
very
maximize it,
analogous
or
to
you can remove the
VR.
3D
people
altogether,
trying to sell
or
VR because it's
you
the
can
sort of thing where
choose
you just
any
have to
degree
see
in
it to
between simply by
understand.
Yeah.
moving the slider.
No, I remember the excitement and picking it up
We
and
have
like
also given
dying
a
to
lot
like
of thought
start and
to
play
the
Pilot
screen
Wings and
itself.
find
Yeah,
out
just
what
look at the
what
3D.
3D feels like. And I like showed it to all my flatmates at the time, and they were like, "Wow, this actually works."
Yeah, it's crazy.
A touch panel. As we experimented, however, we realized
I also
that
just remember it being not what I expected.
and
I expected stuff to pop out at me,
reduce the
and
3D.
the thing about the 3DS is it's
And so
looking
the
into
decreased
somewhere deep.
transparency
Like it's like
of the
looking
touchscreen
deeper into a room or whatever.
In other
And then
words,
that's why it looks so great with
touch
games
screen
like Luigi's
and 3D
Mansion
screen
2.
Yeah.
not
And
get
that,
along
they
so
just
good with
look,
that game.
Oh, incredible.
because of this, we decided to employ
It's really good with
a
Fire
touch
Emblem
screen
still.
only on the bottom.
One thing that
Just
I'm
we
still
did
playing Fire
for
Emblem
Nintendo
100% 3D on.
And what makes the images so impactful is not just the 3D imaging, but the nature of the graphics. It's been 6 years since we launched Nintendo DS.
It's quite a long time
So
actually. 6
while
years of DS.
We've now added 3D. We've also made
Another
improvements
6 years
to the
since this,
graphics capability
so it's been 12
of
years.
this hardware.
I get well since the announcement.
Something tells me this alone
3DS
might
came
cause
out
a lot of
2011
enthusiasm in the development
spring. So it's been 5 years of 3DS.
Next, let's consider control. We've installed what we call the slide pad,
Change that name.
designed for analogy.
No more slide pad.
We've also integrated both
That was such a
motion
really
sensor
interesting thing as well. I
and
was
a gyro
all about like, oh, what's that gonna feel like?
I'm really
Because it was
hopeful
so
that,
different
just as with
in terms of
Nintendo
control.
DS
good.
and Wii,
Yeah, I
It
love the
was a
circle
lot
pad. I
better
think it's a
than
really
game
great
ideas
innovation.
will be
I'd
born
hoped.
to take advantage of these new control mechanisms. Of course, it has compatibility with Nintendo DSi. Nintendo 3DS has a camera too. But look here, there's not one, but 2 camera lenses on the
I wish those were better.
What
I mean,
this
I
means-
understand
I wish
it.
they weren't. Didn't exist. I don't
You
care.
can also take
No,
photos.
like I
and
love
view
the
them
idea of the
in
3D
3D.
photo. I mean, at the start I did, but the visual quality, the fidelity on those cameras is so
Nintendo
low
3DS
that they just
is
look
the
like
mass
shit.
market
Looking
device
through Vaseline.
that
Yeah.
lets you take and enjoy.
I mean, I have quite a
3D
few actually on my
digital pictures.
like memory card still, and I've looked back
You
at them
may want to
before.
try out
It's really
the
funny,
function
like
at
that
our
time
booth.
period of just like taking pictures of random
And
shit
I want
and it
to
being in
mention
3D,
one more aspect.
Yeah.
like pointing stuff at the screen so that it
Nintendo
popped out on your
3DS
face.
is
Like
also capable
It's a
of
weird
displaying
time.
It works.
3D Hollywood.
it does
cool,
work, yeah.
We are not announcing any specific plans this week.
We're gonna
But
see some games.
at our booth,
I don't know if they show games. I think they announce some stuff. I think this is one of the things where they announce a bunch of third-party partnerships.
Disney,
Here we go. Yeah.
Warner Brothers,
Perfect timing.
and DreamWorks. You can see DreamWorks How to Train Your
See, like
Dragon.
all about these movie deals they were doing.
Warner Brothers, Legend of the Guardians, and the Disney's Tangled.
Is Tangled that old? I thought Tangled was out in like 2015.
No, yeah, I guess it's that old.
To our knowledge, this is the first time any such 3D content
Tangled's okay.
has been demonstrated without.
It's no Frozen, but it's okay.
The
However,
best
in the
recent Disney princess film
gamers care most about games.
is Princess and the Frog.
I've
You
not
may
even seen
remember
that.
That's a
an
good one.
announcement
Is it?
made
Alright.
in January 2009, establishing a joint venture called Project Sora. It was led by
Oh,
Mr.
so Project
Sakurai.
Sora, right. So Kid Icarus, I guess.
Today, I can announce that Project Sora was actually established for one reason: to create a game designed specifically for Nintendo 3DS. We felt such a project deserved to feature a character who is already familiar to many of you, especially if you've been playing games for a long time.
Oh shit, they actually do a trailer for it.
This was the first ever like revealed game of the 3DS.
Yeah, it was.
Mad.
Shit, I forgot, like, we
It
actually
came
got,
out
like, visuals.
way after the launch as well.
Oh, it came out so much later. Gave us a good look at how good the 3DS's visuals were going to be.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
For like 30 years.
Yeah. They even had the Uprising subtitle back then.
You like this game a lot.
It's really good. It's very difficult, and that's why I appreciate the scalable difficulty they have in it. Because just the touch controls are awkward.
Did you hurt your hands?
Yeah, I did. But I think it is so worth playing just for the visual spectacle. It is one of the most impressive 3DS games. Like, the amount of crazy shit on the screen, and like the bosses, and like, it's just so cool. Like, for a handheld, it's just amazing to look at. And I think for that, and the voice acting is on point, it's like really funny and well done. It's a game you should play at some point. I've got the cartridge, so, you know, very easy for me to lend it to you at some point. But yeah, I would not worry about like playing it on a difficulty at all. I'd just say like turn it down to the lowest possible and just enjoy it.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, man, like this game is stunning. It's so impressive. Some of the best 3D on the system as well, for sure.
The people need your help.
Eggplant Wizard. Obviously have to throw in that reference.
Don't get it.
It's because you've never seen the original Kid Icarus.
We prepared this video just for
I mean,
our
I've played quite a bit of
presentation
it because of the 3D
But
version.
Of course,
Of course.
the only true way to appreciate the impact of Kid Icarus in 3D is to see for yourself. And we'll have 3D game trailer for you.
Oh god, I just remember
on the
how this
show
press
floor
conference ends.
beginning this
I don't.
afternoon.
Oh boy.
Don't reveal. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
What you'll notice is that
Oh,
when
dear.
3D effects are added to gaming, the surprise it can offer is not limited to the characters themselves. In addition, there is a much better sense of the height, width, and the depth in your gaming world.
Hand movements.
Yeah.
And therefore, you have much better ability to navigate them. For example, in Kid Icarus, you can
Kid
more
Icarus.
easily judge the distance between yourself and the floating object.
It's Rickon from Game of Thrones. Kid Rickon, he's
But
back. His first
It's
starring
not
role.
just the 3D graphics that make Nintendo 3DS unique. Communication can even occur during
Oh, here we go. Here's Street Pass,
as
I guess.
Nintendo 3DS periodically searches for Wi-Fi access
Do you have a
points
StreetPass
or
anymore?
other Nintendo 3DS systems.
Man, no. I just, yeah, it's really fallen by the wayside.
It will then automatically communicate with them.
Like, I've been playing Fire Emblem recently, and I've been taking it out with me,
You might
and I've been turning the Wi-Fi off deliberately because I want my battery to last longer.
Oh man.
In that
So
case,
yeah,
communications were limited
I've been like
because
anti.
those owners
Yeah.
started playing
That's a game
another
we never played, was Nintendogs on the 3DS.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Nintendo 3DS works differently.
It's because it's plus
The
cats.
hardware itself
Yeah,
supports
can't handle
automatic
cats.
communication regardless of what software is being played. Nintendo 3DS can also communicate using the internet through Wi-Fi access point. Owners can navigate valuable information without having to do anything proactively. Even when you are not near
It's
a
great
Wi-Fi
that
access
you just
point,
like leave it in sleep
you
mode.
may
It's like
discover
downloading all
that
your games you've
new
just
stage,
bought or something
new
like that.
This is 100%
software,
like, of all
and
the
the new
promises of the
rankings
3DS, the one that has
have
delivered the
already
most is
been
StreetPass,
downloaded.
and it's kind of shocking how well
And
it
we
went,
will
I
provide
think.
this
Yeah.
Like
kind
how
of
effective it
very
was,
unique communication
how it
service
like
in a way that
is everywhere
can
whenever
be
you go to a
used
con or anything,
by
like
anyone,
it's still a big thing.
regardless of their
It's
technical
such a
knowledge
great
or their
innovation.
gaming
There's things like that Nintendo
And
never get
there is
talked about
no
for.
need
Is like
to
Street
pay
Pass is an
a lot.
amazing innovation, and like everyone like forgets all the cool stuff they've done recently, like that.
Now, let me conclude today by returning the topic of games. Before Nintendo DS and Wii were launched,
We were
the
in the
majority
shit.
of people in our industry
Yes.
cannot believe
Yes.
that these unprecedented ideas from Nintendo would work. So, in those cases, it was our job to build an install base, first by developing and marketing own first-party software.
Very
fortunately,
important for them right now.
the situation is different this time. We at Nintendo have launched many hardware systems. But in this case, I feel we will enjoy our biggest launch support ever. from
Really?
third party.
Biggest launch support ever.
Of course.
That's not going to
internally,
result in us
we are
dropping the price by
developing several
$80
kinds of
and
games.
offering free games to
example,
apologize? No, of course
Mr.
not.
Miyamoto is
23
working
games.
on the 3D version
Yeah, 20,
of
Jesus.
Nintendogs. And you are going to find it contains some new visitors.
Well, there we go. The announcements of the cats. Write it
You
up on
will
your
also
blogs, people.
discover several other Nintendo
Like a
titles
brief little
this week.
clap.
Yeah.
But I like to spend more time introducing Nintendo 3DS software coming from third parties. Behind me
Is a
you
list of
see a
publishers
partial
who no
list
longer
of
want to work
companies
with us because we
who
can't
intend to
sell
publish
hardware.
software for Nintendo 3DS. I cannot name them all, but
Now
I
you
do
can.
want to
Yeah.
draw your
Now you
attention to several of them. Activision and DJ Hero,
did that come out?
Level 5,
On Wii, yeah.
Square Enix, including Kingdom Hearts,
Yeah, everyone's crazy about Kingdom Hearts.
THQ,
Oh yeah, where's our THQ
Electronic
Saints Row
Arts,
game?
including
Huh?
Madden NFL, Tecmo Koei Games,
Is this all for 3DS?
Capcom
Yes.
and Resident Evil, Warner Brothers Games,
That never happened.
Ubisoft with
technically
Assassin's
it
Creed,
Assassin's
did.
Creed.
Namco Bandai Games, and Konami with Metal Gear Solid.
LOL Konami.
Imagine if they did this with
To
the
all of you
NX launch.
developers and publishers,
They just
I
pulled
want
it out
you
of
to
the
know
bag.
that
It's all just like
I'm
broken
truly
promises, though,
grateful
isn't it? Because like
for the
hardly any of
support
that
you
happened.
offer.
Like
Thank you very much.
Metal Gear Solid was a remake of MGS3, and Warner Brothers Batman was the Arkham Origins Blackgate that eventually
And to
came
co-
out, but was
to
also on
conclude
Vita.
My
Like
section
so many
today,
of those broken
I like
promises,
to have
really.
some of these developers themselves describe their reaction and their
me some
experiences
Assassin's Creed
on
on
Nintendo
3DS.
3DS.
Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed on 3DS.
Thank
What
you
a great
for your
game.
attention,
Best version.
and
I played
please
that. I
enjoy
did.
yourself.
You know there are Assassin's Creed games on DS.
DS.
Yeah, there are.
It's coming here.
first impression.
Kartik Bala, he made an appearance last year's E3 with Reggie when they're talking about the Skylanders amiibo.
Oh yes!
Here they are.
Brilliant. It suddenly became 3D.
I saw some objects floating in the air, and it actually made me want to pick it up, which I thought was really impressive for such a small handheld screen.
Oh, Inafune, how far you've fallen. Oh dear. Did you see all the shit about the Mighty Number 9 trailer?
No.
Oh god, they talk about it on Beastcast.
It gives people a whole new
travesty
tool set to do all kind of different things.
You are wearing glasses.
メタルギアソリッドというゲームをですね、3D で携帯すると
Which means I'm just going to do a remake because, you know.
ジャングルなんですよね。で、手前に物があって奥に物があってその奥にもっていう。
I mean, he tipped his head there to it being MGS3 because he said it was in the jungle, so.
そこに秘められた謎であったりとかですね、もっともっと探求してみたいっていう部分っていうのがきっと出てくると思うんですね。壁の奥に何があるんだろうとか、このタンスの奥に何があるんだろうみたいな。
What is at the end of the
意識させることが。
What is behind the couch?
Having all three types of inputs at your disposal: touchscreen, D-pad, and now the analog controller.
It allows us to have more precision in the controls of our character,
which opens up interesting combinations of gameplay.
So I'm really
all
glad
these
that
like
Nintendo's
fucking
trying to push
Apple
their
style
online connectivity. The ability to capture
things,
3D content with the Nintendo 3DS's new camera is pretty awesome.
I just feel like all this is so pointless because they can't give their actual views at all. It's like, hey, let's just get them to jerk off about our system.
The last person is like, to be honest, it's a pile of crap.
Yeah,
just not having it.
Fucking shite me.
He's back.
All right, Reggie.
Thank you, Mr. Iwata, and thanks as well to all of our development partners. When we began this morning, we promised something for everyone. From Zelda to Mario, Kirby to Donkey Kong, Mickey to Dragon Quest, Golden Sun to GoldenEye, and Metroid.
It's a pretty good lineup.
It is a really solid lineup.
I hope you found something
they have Zelda, Mario, and Metroid.
Looking forward to.
Yeah.
But we also talked about new experiences, and we believe nothing at E3 will deliver on that like Nintendo 3DS. Something you thought you knew perfectly well will now be perfectly transformed. What's added literally is a new dimension. All of you watching this on e3.nintendo.com, please stay connected because we've got more news and additional content coming up momentarily that isn't available anywhere else.
What does that mean?
I wish we could all transport here to LA this week so that
before
you can
the
get your
Treehouse
hands
Live days,
on
so
Nintendo 3DS at our
dunno,
booth.
maybe they did have some Treehouse folk.
And when you finally
some stuff, who
experience
knows?
it, you'll understand. Unfortunately, there is no way to adequately represent the Nintendo 3DS experience on stage.
Here we go.
So we decided to try and communicate it a very different
Here we
way.
go.
Let's see how this works.
Oh no, okay. Not yet, not yet. We're getting there, Bally.
Oh god.
I remember this little fucking ad thing. They'll get bloody sucked in and Bowser pops out.
Oh yes.
I like how he says konnichiwa and his mouth doesn't move at all.
Yeah.
Now Reggie's turn. No, me and my turn.
Oh, hello.
They're all just such goofballs. I just love it.
Yes. It's almost like what they now do at the digital events, like before the digital event.
Yeah. basically.
Great acting.
Yeah. What's he laughing at? Oh, okay. It's pretty good. I would play that game.
Oh my god.
Still don't think that really communicates
It
what the
doesn't tell us
3DS
much
does.
about the
No, it's just
system.
this weird fucking skit. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Heyo. Good one, Reggie.
Well, that sure felt real to me.
LOL.
But I'm not so sure it did for you. Yet. Even with this video, it's still not a perfect answer.
No.
No.
In fact, we've spent a lot of time trying to convey the impact of Nintendo 3DS. But in the end, there's nothing like the real thing. So we asked ourselves, could there be a way to do that right now? And the answer is yes. We're going to let all of you here in the Nokia Theater travel to that third dimension right here and right now.
Here they come.
And that kind of travel probably calls for a tour guide.
Hundreds of women
So we
with
want to
3DSs
take this
strapped to
opportunity
them.
to introduce you to the people who will accompany you, both at the show floor all week and right
my
here
God.
in the Nokia Theater today.
It's horrendous. It's crazy. They're
Here's how it's
literally
gonna work.
walking demo stations.
Our demonstrators are equipped with Nintendo 3DS devices that will show you how
This
video
guy at the
game
front with his fucking
characters
camera
and video
perving
game
it up.
environments
What a
appear
dick.
in that new dimension. It's 3D right in your hands. So, for the moment, I ask you to please stay seated while they work their way out to you.
What's that
The
supposed
test
to mean?
drive
I
on
don't
Nintendo
know.
3DS will take place just on the other side of the camera riser behind you. The 3D sensation should be immediate. It requires
These women are
nothing
real.
but the naked eye.
They're all in 3D.
No more glasses.
Oh, jeez.
And in order to give everyone the experience this morning, we're putting a time limit on your Nintendo 3DS
No,
time.
no.
What you'll be seeing is just a taste. But be assured, live gameplay will be available at the
Well, you gotta
Nintendo
understand,
booth
E3 is
all week
all
long.
the gamer
There
dudes
must
to
be
go.
like 200
Finally,
of them.
also
Yeah,
for those of
it's
you here
ridiculous.
on site, there's one other opportunity. Since everyone isn't going to be able to hold the
they're
Nintendo
very good
3DS here at the same
Well,
time,
you know, that's what they're
so
doing.
we're importing another
point.
element of our Nintendo booth right here to the Nokia Theater. In front of you here, rising from the floor, are multiple gameplay stations to let you become the first people ever to put the playable The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword through its paces. So, enjoy your gameplay. There's no rush.
Look out for
The
James
shuttles
Jones, because he
that
said
will
that
bus
I remember
you
him
to the
talking
next
recently
event
on
will begin
RFN
leaving
about how
until 11
there's a
o'clock.
story about him going
And
to
for
the
everyone,
Skyward Sword thing at
when
the
this
front
week
and then
is
running
over,
back to
we
write
trust that
impressions
you'll
up.
agree that Nintendo has
I think he's going
once
to talk
again
about that when he does his
raised
interview
the
with
bar.
Johnny for the book.
Thanks again. Have a great week. Enjoy Nintendo 3DS, and please enjoy E3.
Those people near the front just
Yep.
getting
just gunning,
in there.
gunning for it. There you have it, Valley. That was Nintendo's
that ending
2010
was
E3.
unexpected.
No, I know.
The only way to get you all to try out the Nintendo 3DS is all these women with Nintendo 3DSs attached.
We're just going to lock you in a room and make you play it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I think, like, that is a press conference of two halves. One of which was horribly paced and slow and just a bit of a train wreck. The other of which was like, hey, we got some good games coming out.
Yeah, in general, there was a lot of good stuff, and he was able to say, hey, we've got Zelda, Mario, Metroid, Kid Icarus, DK, Kirby, like loads of cool stuff. But it's too long. That was like an hour and 17 minutes. And
yeah, there's a lot of fluff in the middle. There's a lot of fluff, to be sure. But I think what we can take away from this is that's not how you unveil a Zelda game. And I hope that they unveil this new Zelda game in a way that is much more exciting than that. Because, man, it's hard to go back and watch that.
I
really
am worried that they do something similar
I don't
to
think
that.
you should be worried. I think they are so confident in this new Zelda. And there's going to be a cool thing about it. I don't know, I feel it. I've got a feeling, Bally.
I'm feeling it too.
Right.
And we're going to have a big discussion about The Legend of Zelda and what they did at this press conference in our one and only podcast.
Yes.
Which is This Nintendo Life.
It is. And you can find it on iTunes.
Episode 67.
Yeah, so that's the new episode will go out soon, I guess? I don't know when this is going up, but it'll probably go up after this video goes up. So yeah, you can subscribe to our podcast on iTunes and all that stuff. It'll be on YouTube, but you know that probably. And yeah, listen to us talk about Nintendo. Thanks, Bally, for joining me.
All aboard the E3 hype train.
Yeah, let's get on it.
For the little bit of hype that there will be.
The hype bicycle, shall we call it? Perhaps this
bicycle.
Year. The hype bicycle.
Bicycle. Or hype unicycle?
Yeah, the hype unicycle maybe. Who knows? Something that doesn't run on a lot of steam, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be it. We'll probably get back to doing a bit more E3 Rewind, hopefully in the lead up to NX, Bally, later this year.
That would be cool.
Yeah, look out for those. This was fun, again, to talk over another E3 press conference. And we'll do it again soon. So thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, all that good stuff. And see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.